Welcome back, beautiful people. You're listening to A Moment of Zen right here on 710 WOR, the voice of New York. I'm your host, Zen Sams. Now, up in just a few, we have Shahal Khan, CEO of Burkhan World and founder of Tempus Network. He's going to be joining me with over 22 years of experience in investments encompassing real estate, energy, natural resources, and of course, technology, along with the very impressive female trailblazer, Janine Yorio, co-president at Republic Realm, a metaverse innovation and investment platform. That sounds really interesting. They're going to be joining us on My Digital World segment to discuss metaverses in real estate. Now, the obvious. WTF is a metaverse? Well, it's basically an alternate digital reality where people work, play, and socialize. And let me tell you, it's far more than just a term coined from a Neil Stephenson sci-fi novel. The metaverse is being built today as we speak. Now, Wired's Kevin Kelly, who's really famous in this area, wrote a cover story in 2019 titled Welcome to the Mirror World. In it, he describes how augmented reality will spark the next big tech platform. And in essence, he says, we're building a one-to-one roadmap of almost unimaginable scope. And when it's complete, our physical reality will merge with a digital universe. And in other words, get ready to meet your digital twin. And the digital twin of your house, your country, your office, and even your life. Now, let me point that Republic Realm is among the largest owners of digital real estate NFTs in Decentraland, the Sandbox, and Axie Infinity. And to top it off, they are among the most active developers in metaverse content. Now, let's run through some basics now about the trio I just mentioned. Decentraland, it's a decentralized 3D virtual reality platform which uses the Ethereum blockchain. Now, the Sandbox is a virtual world where players can play, build, own, and monetize their virtual experiences. And Axie Infinity, voila, pay close attention, my friends. For those of you who missed the memo, is an NFT-based online video game, and this play-to-earn has generated $800 million in revenue in a single month, highlighting the surging popularity of games based on NFTs. Now, the online game developed by Sky Mavis allows players to generate profits through buying, breeding, and selling digital pets known as Axies. Now, each time an Axie is purchased, the revenue is placed in a community treasury vault that's governed by Axie holders. Axie Infinity is among the biggest and most polarizing of these new games, which allows players to accumulate tradable cryptocurrency coins. This is a lot of information. Now, just how is this even at all possible? Well, I have my experts on hand, ready to stand by and answer our questions. Welcome to the show, my digital friends.
Hi, Jen. Thank you for having us.
Janine, what an honor. Shahal, thank you for coming back.
Thank you, Zen. Looking forward.
Now, Janine, let's start with you. How does this Yale graduate go from CEO of Compound, which is a fintech app focused on real estate investing, to being acquired by Republic last year and now into the metaverse technology play? How does the metaverse tie into gaming, Janine?
So I've been working in real estate investing almost my entire career. And when Decentraland came out a few years ago, we started watching it at the office just as a curiosity, thinking, I wonder if anything's going to come of this. You know, I think anytime you're in tech in an industry, you're always an early adopter and you're looking for new things to change your landscape. In the winter of 2021, it became apparent to me and the rest of my team that metaverse real estate really had some legs to it. We saw the NFT boom begin last fall, and Decentraland prices started to appreciate very rapidly, and so did some of the other metaverse real estate assets that were circulating. And we decided to create an investment product for it, thinking that if we're interested in this, there are probably other investors who are interested in it that wouldn't be able to figure out how to access it on their own. So what began as one metaverse real estate fund has since then expanded into something much bigger. And by being one of the first movers in this space, we realized how big the opportunity is, how many people want to get into it, but find it sort of hard to understand and inscrutable because of its crypto legacy, where there are a lot of big words that get tossed around that are difficult for a layperson to understand. And we've since started to build out an entire platform around metaverse investment and metaverse innovation because it's such a big category. There's so much opportunity there. And I'm so excited to build this company that I think will act as a very natural bridge between people who may not be avid gamers, they may not be crypto native, but they're going to be excited to be part of the metaverse because it's going to be something we're all talking about for the next decade.
Absolutely. And without a doubt, this sounds more like a community-based theme than just gaming experience, kind of feeling like you're part of something different or something bigger, or something that's running parallel to our everyday. So yes, that's I completely agree with that. Now, Shahal, the difference between Axie and most other big in-game markets is that Axie encourages players to cash out and gives them the tools and basically transparency to do so. And instead of a semi-sanctioned peer-to-peer exchange on some unauthorized third-party marketplace, Axie players can take their Axies directly to a major cryptocurrency exchange and sell it for whatever is on offer. So we're talking about a large group of people who have never had crypto before, who have never had a wallet, and they've never transferred within the blockchain. And there are actually huge opportunities here, in my opinion, for crypto education. And I know you're all about educating the average person into this world. Now, because people see this more of a social network than a game, they fall in love with the community. Shahal, please give me your vision for Tempus regarding transparency, education, and building this community of sorts.
Yeah, Zen, the most important thing that, or problem that we have tried to solve, and I love what Axie Infinity is doing, and we've been following them closely and what they're doing in the Philippines, to bring up the bottom sort of layer of people that can't afford, let's say, to live based on just their own income. And they're using this as their secondary income source, as well as some of them maybe their primary income source. So the vision of Tempus has been similar, yet different in a way, but it's been to bring the 3 billion people that are at the bottom of the pyramid in terms of income and being able to participate in society and use it as a method to earn by actively participating within a community-based program, a gaming program. So for us, what we've been doing is we will be launching our platform connected to a probably, I would say it's the largest e-gaming platform in the world with about 400 million people. But a lot of these gamers are in Africa, they're in the Middle East, they're in Asia, and they're in the developing markets where they can't afford actually to even pay for an entry ticket in order to game. So we've designed Tempus in a way where the time that they spend gaming, we're actually counting that time as a form of income. And we are then paying them through our Tempus coin as income, which they could cash out through a fiat bank. So we've spent a lot of time working on an entire financial rail system globally to allow them to not only earn money in crypto, but also then participate in the real world by cashing out their crypto in a fiat bank so they could use it to live. And that's very similar to what Axie Infinity is doing in their metaverse. And I think it's an amazing thing that they've done. And I think the same thing will happen in metaverse is people will start to realize income gains. And when that attaches to our reality, this sort of bifurcation becomes a singularity in a positive way, let's say.
Absolutely. You're right. And Janine, I'm going to throw this back to you. Metaverse, the Republic Realm also invests across newly launched metaverses and metaverses that are under development. And investment in digital real estate specifically occurs through the purchase and exchange of NFTs. Can you walk us through what influences the value in these NFTs, and why is this such a wave of investment for the ever-growing popular crypto user?
So there are two kinds of NFTs, right? There are the kind that are sheerly for collection and speculation, things like Bored Ape, things like CryptoPunks, where the value of those NFTs are largely driven by whether lots and lots of people think that they are valuable, right? It's kind of like contemporary art. I can like it, but if nobody else likes it, it's not worth a lot. But if lots of people think it's a very canonical piece of art, suddenly it's like the Mona Lisa, right? We all agree that it's worth a lot of money. A lot of that is happening in NFTs today, where you see these very powerful communities that are really excited about a certain NFT project, and the values get driven up. and then more and more people buy in, and it has this sort of self-fulfilling loop. And those NFTs become very valuable. In digital real estate are NFTs in the sense that they are non-fungible tokens that can be traded on the blockchain. But the value of that real estate is largely derived from how popular that metaverse is. So it's about user adoption, user traction. Is the community really excited about that particular metaverse? And we saw that happen with Axie Infinity, where people literally set up esports centers. They were former call centers in the Philippines, and they're so excited to play this game because they're making money doing it, that this game became very popular. And then the assets inside that game, the land, the Axies themselves, became valuable as a result. We saw that happening more with Sandbox. Even though Sandbox is pre-launch, they've done such a great job about bringing on different brand partners and doing marketing those brand partners in a very visual way. And as a result, the land inside Sandbox has also appreciated a great deal. And we'll look for the same qualities in new metaverses. Like if we think it's likely to catch on, if the team has built a really successful non-crypto based game in the past, if they have a really cool go-to-market strategy, if they have an influencer involved in the metaverse that's likely to bring lots of users and keep them around, then we think that real estate will become more valuable, and we're more willing to invest in it.
Wow, this is so fascinating to me. Here we are talking about, digital worlds and digital lives, and we've come so far as a society. And I think this is just kind of the beginning of something huge. Now, we have about 2 minutes and 32 seconds. Many see the metaverse as a pandemic fad, wrapping it up with the current NFT bubble. And this is really sad because this misses the bigger behavioral change that is happening amongst the Gen Alpha. And when you watch how they play, it becomes clear that the metaverse is more than just the buzzword. Shahal, what do you say to these detractors? We have about 2 minutes left.
Okay, so I'll take 60 seconds, and then of course, Janine, I'd like her to finish this off because I'd love to hear what she has to say about this. I think that these platforms are going to evolve. I think they're great examples for education in the future. I think they're great examples for community-based work, where communities, decentralized communities, can get together and have focuses on projects from everything from charities to building workflows and even societies of cooperation that they can actually create value in, separate from our realities, and have inclusion. The biggest problem with this real world that we've created is a lot of people are not included in that real world, and I think this could be a way for people that are not included to have inclusion.
Without a doubt. Janine, if you want to piggyback on that, we have about a minute left. I mean, look, we know that Axie Infinity is the leading blockchain game, and they've reached an cumulative trading scale of over $1 billion US. What do you say to this?
I think that the world evolves, right? We all grew up with television and then social media, and those were our drugs, and they were how we interacted with culture, how we learned about new culture, and how we interacted with our friends. This next generation, you called it Gen Alpha, the way that they interact with technology is very different than the way we have. And they look for a more 3D immersive experience. For them, scrolling through Facebook or Instagram feels a lot like how we felt about looking at the white pages or the yellow pages. Like it's just too 2D. It's not immersive enough. And so the metaverse is just a different way of interacting with technology that is more immersive. And think about it, Facebook and all of the social media channels warmed us up to the idea of connecting with our friends virtually. Zoom has just accelerated that process. When you think about the metaverse as just sort of a 3D proxy in a 2D environment that starts to feel much more like what young people today expect from their interaction with the internet, you realize it's not a fad, it's the future. We're already there. Watch any child today play Minecraft or Roblox, and you will see they're not going to be happy with Instagram. It's too flat. It doesn't have voice chat. It's not immersive. It doesn't give you like a place to visit your friends. So it's absolutely happening.
Absolutely happening. Well, we've run out of time. Thank you so much, Shahal Khan and Janine Yorio, co-president at Republic Realm. Shahal Khan, a CEO and founder of Burkhan, of Tempus, a Burkhan World project. Thank you so much for coming on the show, guys.
Thank you. Thanks,
You're listening to A Moment of Zen right here on 710 WOR, the voice of New York. I'm your host, Zen Sams. We'll be right back after this. That was My Digital World.